Let's talk about the definition of one variable linear equations. One variable linear equation is an equation in which each term is either constant or the product of a constant and the first power of a single variable. For example, if we look at this equation has two constants and the product of a constant and the first power of a single variable x. So this is a typical one variable linear equations. This equation has one constant and two terms of constant times the first power of a single variable a, right? So this is also one variable linear equations. And also this equation, constant times first power of single variable y, constant times a single variable y, right? So this is also one variable linear equations. Here, these are not one variable linear equations because we have x squared, square root of a, y squared, right? So all of this equation is not one variable linear equations. Now let's talk about solving one-step linear equations. For number one, we have addition. Let's say we have the equation a is equal to b. This means the expression on the left-hand side is equal to the expression on the right-hand side. They are equal, right? We can always add same number, c, each side of this equation. This is called addition property of equality. For example, let's say we have x minus 4 is equal to 5. We can add 4 each side, plus 4 plus 4. Then minus 4 plus 4, that's 0, right? So all we have left on the left hand side is equal to x. And 5 plus 4, that's going to be 9, right? So the solution of this equation, x is equal to 9. Number 2, subtraction. Let's say we have the equation a is equal to b. We can always subtract same number c each side of an equation. This is called the subtraction property of equality. Okay, example, we have x plus 4 is equal to 5. So we can eliminate plus 4 by subtracting 4 each side. So we're going to subtract 4 on the left hand side, 4 on the right hand side. So x plus 4 minus 4, plus 4 minus 4, that's a 0, right? So all we have is x. 5 minus 4, that's going to be 1. So the solution of this equation, x is equal to 1. Number 3, multiplication. Let's say a is equal to b. We can always multiply the same non-zero number c to each side of this equation. For example, let's say we have x over 3 is equal to 4. We can multiply 3 each side. Then this is going to be cancelled out, right? 3 times 1, 3 times 1. So the solution x is equal to 4 times 3, that's 12. Number 4, we have division, right? Let's say a is equal to b. Then we can always divide the same non-zero number to each side. So divided by c, divided by c. And remember, c cannot be equal to 0, okay? So let's look at this example right here. We have a 4x is equal to 20, right? So in order to eliminate 4, we can divide each side by 4. Divided by 4, divided by 4. gives us the solution x is equal to 20 divided by 4, that's 5, right? Now let's try example number 1. The question is to solve the equation. Number 1, we have x minus 8 is equal to 4. So we're going to have to eliminate negative 8 by adding 8 each side. So plus 8 plus 8. Then on the left hand side, that's going to be x. On the right hand side, 4 plus 8, that's 12. So the solution for number 1 is 12. Number 2, we're going to eliminate plus 5 by subtracting 5 each side. So subtract 5 each side. Then on the left hand side, we have x is equal to negative 6 minus 5, that's negative 11. Number 3, we have x over 3 is equal to 9, right? So we're going to multiply 3 each side to eliminate this over 3, the denominator 3, right? So we have x over 3 is equal to 9. So we're gonna multiply 3 each side. Then 3 times 1, 3 times 1, right? So the solution x is equal to 9 times 3, that's 27. Number 4, negative 2 is multiplied to x. So to eliminate this negative 2, we're going to divide each side by negative 2. So let's divide this by negative 2, divide this by negative 2. Then 2 times 1, 2 times 1, negative divided by negative becomes a positive. So the solution x is equal to 16 divided by negative 2. Here 2 times 1, 2 times 8. So that's going to be negative 8. In this video, we're going to solve one-step linear equations. For number 1, we have x plus 13 is equal to 5. To solve this equation, we have to eliminate this plus 13 on the left-hand side. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract on the left-hand side, and we got to do same thing on the right-hand side. And this is called the subtraction property of equality. So x plus 13 minus 13, that's going to be x, equal to 5 minus 13, that's negative 8. So the answer is x is equal to negative 8. For number 2, we have x minus 7 is equal to negative 14. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 7 each side. And this is addition property of equality. So x minus 7 plus 7, that's x, is equal to negative 14 plus 7, that's negative 7. Number 3, we have negative x over 7 is equal to 15. To solve this problem, we're going to have to eliminate this negative and 1 over 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by negative 7 each side. And this step is called the multiplication property of equality. So negative 1 over 7 times negative 7 cancels out, right? So we have x on the left-hand side. And 15 times negative 7, that's negative 105. Okay, number 4, we have negative 11x is equal to negative 121. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by negative 11 each side. So divided by negative 11, divided by negative 11. So 11 cancels out and x is equal to 11.